All right. Good morning, love streamers. Welcome to the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living Sunday Celebration Love Stream for today, July 4th. I've got my spangly glasses on, and we're ready to celebrate. So my name is Travis Hogue, and I will be your host, pushing buttons in the background. We're so happy you're here. Thank you for spending this precious holiday weekend time with us. We have a great service planned today. Our fantastic Reverend Elizabeth will be joining us shortly, and we'll be bringing an uplifting and inspired talk on the topic of pulled by vision. And Charlie Carlin will deliver this morning's Science of Mind reading. Our musical inspiration raising the vibe today is Faith Rivera. All right. I invite you to share this love stream with your family, your friends, perhaps start a watch party if you're watching on Facebook. We're also streaming on YouTube. A big hello to all of those watching on YouTube and those watching the replay in the future. We appreciate you all. Be sure to leave comments if you're able. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. How is the weather? Who has a birthday in July? Any of that kind of stuff. And let's get this celebration started with inspired music by the amazing Faith Rivera.
Ooh. Aloha and good morning, everyone. Aloha Central Coast ESL. It is a beautiful day here in Hawaii, and I know beautiful where you are because you're there. So you're going to sing along after me, and this is coming together, celebrating this awesome community you have here. I got love, I got peace, I got joy, flowing like a river. You got it. I got love, I got peace, I got joy, flowing like a river. One heart, one mind, one love, flowing like a river. I got hope, I got strength, I got faith to move every mountain. I got hope, I got strength, I got faith to move every mountain. One heart, one mind, one love to move every mountain. I got you, I got me, I got us coming together. I got you, I got me, I got us coming together. One heart, one mind, one love coming together. You know we're coming together, we're coming together. You see, coming together. Oh, we're coming together. You know we're coming together, One heart, one mind, one love coming together. I got you, I got me, I got us coming together. I got you, I got me, I got us coming together. One heart, one mind, one love coming together. One heart, one mind, one love coming together. Big finish. One heart, one mind, one love coming together. Oh, yeah, yes. Ooh. Welcome again.
Yay! Hello. Can you hear me okay?
We can. Yes, you're awesome.
Oh, Faith, we're so blessed to have you with us again. Thank you for bringing your awesome self and aloha spirit. Woo!
You're welcome. You're one of my, no, you are the most fun church I think I get to be with via Zoom. So don't tell anybody else, but that's you. That's you, Rev. Elizabeth. Thank you. My joy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, beloveds. Good morning. Happy 4th of July. I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley, and I am the Spiritual Director and Senior Minister at the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. And I would like to welcome you to the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We now have an affirmation that will be placed on the screen, and I invite you to please repeat after me. I am no longer pushed by pain.
I am no longer pushed by pain.
I am pulled by vision.
I am pulled by vision.
I am free to be all that I came here to be.
I am free to be all that I came here to be.
Love expresses itself fully and completely in my life.
Love expresses itself fully and completely in my life.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Woo! All right.
And now I'm going to do a brief introduction for our beautiful musician today. So I'm going to read a little bit of your bio, Faith, not to embarrass you, but just to let people know that may not remember you from previous or haven't met you before. So I'm going to read a little bit from your bio.
Okay,
from the sunny shores of Hawaii, Emmy award-winning singer-songwriter Faith Rivera opens hearts and transforms lives around the globe through the power of music. For Faith, love is the answer. And music is her way to spread that love one song at a time, one heart at a time. Above all, her biggest high remains creating and sharing music to celebrate that unique spark in everyone. Faith dares the world to be the everyday superstars we are born to be. And I can say that is my experience of you too. Mm-hmm. The last time that you were with us, you raised and praised and encouraged me, and I'm growing, and thank you.
You're
so,
welcome.
Faith Rivera's music ministry has been raising the vibe since 1997. Her 11th album release, Rise, features a different sound, man. It's a fiery call to action playlist showcasing a new sound blending pop, EDM, hip hop, and more. So when not creating music or hosting upbeat virtual events, she adores spending time with her 2 kids, her high school sweetheart, and extended Oana from the island of Oahu, right? And so that's extended family, yes?
Yeah, you know.
All right.
All of them.
Now, check this out. Faith Rivera, every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, has a radio show on unityradioonline.org. So I'll put that information in the comments. You can find and purchase Faith Rivera music at her website at faithrivera.com, and I definitely invite you to go check that out. It's an experience. You can get a song a day. There's awesome stuff. And you can find her music pretty much anywhere music is sold. iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon. Here's a couple of fun facts that you might not know about Faith Rivera. Okay? She loves sci-fi movies and zombie movies. What?
Some of them. Apocalyptic films kind of turn me on in a strange way.
Awesome. We love you, Faith Rivera. Thank you for being here with us. Light us up with some inspired music.
Oh, thank you, Travis. And just thank you for the way you love us musicians. It really fills my heart. And truly, it's our honor, our privilege, our joy as musicians to be able to do what we do to support you all on your spiritual journey. So this is Thing Called Life. I wrote based on, our dear sweet founder, Ernest Holmes, and that very thick book, if you have read it. So here we go, right into spiritual principle, right? Yeah. Today is the day I will change my luck. I will find 3 pennies and they'll be hands up. I will walk like a queen in my tennies and jeans, 'cause I know where I come from. From the stars and the sun, from the magical one, I am part of this thing called life, yeah. From the known to unseen, everything in between, I am part of this thing called life. I am one with this thing called life. Today is the day I'll remember to see only God, only good happening From the stars and the sun, from that magical one, I am part of this thing called life. Yeah, from the known to unseen, everything in between, I am part of this thing called life. I am loved with this thing called life. Today is the day I'll be more of myself, love my skin where I've been and everyone else. No more push, no more pull, simply flow as I go, 'cause I know where I come from the stars and the sun, from that magical one. I am part of this thing called life. Yeah, from the known to unseen, everything in between, I am part of this thing called life. Yeah, from the stars and the sun, from that magical one, I am part of this thing called life. Yeah, from the known to unseen, everything in between, I am part of this thing called life. I am one with this thing called life. I am loved, oh, so loved by this thing called life.
Wonderful. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much. All right, beloved. So now we're moving into birthdays. So does anybody have a birthday in July? I know a few people who do.
Woohoo! Hey, and I think Faith has a birthday song for us.
I do, and you know what? It's my sister, my baby sister, my only sister's birthday in July too. So this is to all of you beautiful birthday babies. It's a B-Day song I wrote with Harold Payne. And it goes, another trip around the sun. I hope you're having fun. It's you we celebrate. Let's eat some birthday cake. Now take a little bow. Everybody sing H to the A to the P-P-Y. Time to celebrate another year gone by. H to the A to the P-P-Y. Have a happy birthday. H to the A to the P-P-Y. Time to celebrate another year gone by. H to the A to the P-P-Y. Have a happy birthday. Have a happy, healthy, wealthy, sexy July birthday. Woo!
All right. Thank you very much, Faith
welcome.
Rivera. All right. And now it's time for our announcements. I'm going to put on my announcements angel hat and my grateful glasses. Spangly. All right. Good morning, CSL. Travis Hogue here, your friendly and neighborhood announcements angel for today, Sunday, July 4th, Independence Day here in America. We are continuing with our shortened announcements today. So let me cue that up. And we have coffee and conversation after the service today, 11 a.m.ish via Zoom. The link will be in the comments section, and I invite you to join us. And then on that same line, we have spiritual community connection calls every Wednesday at 1 p.m. So if you can, I would definitely invite you to connect, boost your immunity with spiritual community. Next Sunday, we have the superstar Amy Bishop returning to provide the musical inspiration. And that is fantastic. And if you haven't heard, next weekend we are doing a reopening. We're having a grand reopening at our center. And and this is going to be our first hybrid service. So that's in person and online. And that'll be July 11th. So we're going to stream to Facebook and YouTube from the center at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. For the locals that are going to be arriving, you want to arrive at the center by 9:30 a.m. to meet and greet, sign your waiver, pick up your personal distancing badge, and more details are coming soon. So mark your calendars. We've got some protocols that are new. So come early, get your seat, and that kind of stuff. Along the same lines, our reopening committee is being coordinated by Gina DiGirolamo. So you'll definitely want to contact Gina for details if you want to be part of the reopening committee. And if you'd like to know what we're up to, please consider making a donation to support our vision. And so we have lots of expenses for reopening and could really use your help. Time or talents, that's great. And so we would also like you to take a moment to share this service on your Facebook feed to spread the word about our amazing center and what we're up to. Also, what's not mentioned here in my announcements, but if you do want to sign up for our newsletter, if you're not receiving our newsletters, go to our website at cccsl.org and get yourself signed up. Or you can send me a message and I'll help you sign up. info@cccsl.org is our email address for all of that kind of stuff. And that, my beloveds, has been the announcements. Thank you very much.
Yay! Thank you so much, Travis. You're an amazing announcement angel. So, friends, at this time, I would like to remind you, if there is something that is weighing heavy on your heart for which you would like prayer for, or maybe you're looking to manifest something in your life, we invite you to please send your prayer requests to info@cccsl.org, and our prayer team will pray over them for the next week. And now I would love to turn it over to Charlie Carlin for our Science of Mind reading. Take it away, Charlie.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 4th of July. Let's look at freedom on the 4th of July. The freedom to choose what we think is one of our greatest assets. It is the ultimate ability to choose that which brings us both happiness and suffering. Imagine clearly, get this very clear, crystal clear, you have the ability to choose. One master teacher used this simple phrase, as you have believed, so it is done unto you. That seems simple enough. There are many great teachers who refer to freedom in their words. Norman Vincent Peale said, change your thoughts and you change your world. Emma Curtis Hopkins, the great master teacher, stated, the world will persist in exhibiting before you that which you persist in affirming the world is. Ernest Holmes said in The Science of Mind, we need not worry how things are coming out. The law takes care of everything and returns to each exactly what is his due. The evolution of freedom in the human mind is an ongoing process. Let us move closer to perfect freedom. So, today I consciously let go of every problem and upset. I drop all sense of lack, limitation from my thoughts. I release every belief that I ever had of lack or fear. I now have a belief in freedom. I feel the spirit within me expressing itself perfectly. This brings increased joy into my life. The divine flows through me in ever-widening fields of activity. Every good that I have experienced now increases. Every joy that I have ever experienced is now multiplied. Freedom flows through me like a mighty river. There is a new stream of inspiration surging into my consciousness. I see more clearly now than ever before that the divine birthright is mine and always has been. The divine birthright has always been freedom and eternal goodness. I know that the same birthright is given in full measure to all people. I look into nature and it responds with beauty and harmony everywhere. As I look deep into the souls of people, I see divine in everyone. This power is delivered unto all of us. The divine presence is used by all, expressing freedom and goodness. The divine presence gives itself to all in freedom, love, and friendship. Freedom, joy, and goodness are ours now and forever. And so it is.
And so it is. So beautiful, Charlie, as always. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Well, what a wonderful opportunity, my friends, to turn our attention inward. So I invite you to please join me in so doing. We just turn our attention inward in this moment and return to that beautiful, expansive space within. And this is the space where I know and remember with every fiber of my being that spirit is all that there is. It is all that there ever was, and it is all that there ever will be. And in this moment, I place my conscious attention on this presence that is within me, always. And I remember that I am made in the image and likeness of the divine. And I can never be separate from it, only in my thoughts. And so right here and right now, we are identifying with this presence. And as we identify with it, we become it. And so we have merged with the one. And in that merging, there is a sense of comfort and ease and grace and confidence and divine right order, because we remember that spirit has our back always, in all ways. And so knowing that this day is absolutely filled with divine love and divine guidance and divine right order, I'm so grateful in this moment for the technology that allows us to come together like this. And I'm so grateful for Facebook streaming and for the audio and video capabilities that we have here in our own home, so that we can broadcast out to our beloved community while we continue to prepare to reopen and meet in person and have our hybrid services with offerings online as well. It's such a gift. And so knowing that even in the midst of technical problems, which there were many this morning, for my own laptop and camera and audio, that everything came together. And so I know that everything is coming together in this moment in the same way in my life. That sometimes there may appear to be chaos or things may appear to be falling apart. However, things are actually falling together. And so in that falling together, I know we are blessed. And I am so grateful for Charlie's reading and for the amazing music provided by Faith and her presence and her aloha spirit that she brings to us with such beautiful joy and her amazing voice. What a fun, beautiful gift today is. I'm so grateful for Travis for stepping in to produce the live stream, as there were other technical difficulties elsewhere in the DiGirolamo home. I know that all of it is so working out for the highest and greatest good. And so we are absolutely blessed. I know this service is amazing, and that individuals who are here are touched, moved, and inspired in such a way that their lives are transformed for the better. There is a shift taking place, and it is good. And I say yes to the divine shift in my life now and in each of our lives. And I am so grateful for this and so much more as we celebrate our freedom and the freedom of our country. Life is good, all is well, and we are blessed. This service is blessed. Thank you, Spirit. I'm so grateful as I release this prayer, knowing it is so, and so it is.
All right. Thank you very much. We're going to bring Faith back in for another beautiful song. Take it away, Faith.
So let's ride those high vibes from Reverend Elizabeth's prayer. I love that what you said might look like it's falling apart, but it's falling together. It's even greater than we think it's going to be. So let's get some inner fireworks going. This is This Little Light of Mine, which Travis said y'all love. This is my version, so there's a little bit of choreography. I can't do it, so you got to do it, okay? On Shine, Shine, you're just going to go shine, shine, all right? I'm counting on you. there, yes. Okay, and we're going to sing these words like we mean it, like we've never heard it before, and we're just merging with the one, as Reverend Elizabeth said, all right? This little light of mine, what are you doing? I'm gonna let it shine, yeah. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, I got dancers. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, oh let it, here we go. Shine, shine, everybody sing it. Shine, shine, you know you want to. Shine, shine, all around the world. Shine, shine, yeah. Everywhere I go, what are we doing? I'm gonna let it shine, yeah. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, yeah. Everywhere I go, oh yes. Said I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, oh let it, come on. Shine, shine, everybody sing it. Shine, shine, you know you want to. Shine, shine, hey, all around the world. Shine, shine, repeat after me. When there's light in the soul, when there's light in the soul, there is beauty in the person, there is beauty in the person. When there's beauty in the person, when there's beauty in the person, there is harmony in the home, there is harmony in the home. Oh, when there's harmony in the home, when there's harmony, there is honor in the nation, honor in the nation. When there's honor in the nation, honor in the, there is peace in the world. No more living in fear. We're gonna let it shine. We're gonna let it shine. Yeah, no more. No more living in fear. No way. Said we're gonna let it shine. Shine. No more living in fear. No way. Said we're gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Oh, let it, come on. Shine, shine. Everybody sing it. Shine, shine, you know you want to. Shine, shine, hey, all around the world. Shine, shine, oh my brothers and sisters, yes. Shine, shine, shine your light for the world. Shine, shine, be bright, be bold. Shine, shine, oh you know you want to. Shine, shine your light for the world.
Woo! All right. Shine, shine. I love that one, Faith. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. Hello, beloveds. Welcome. If you're just tuning in, I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley-Hogue, and I am the spiritual director and senior minister at the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. I'm so glad that you joined us today. And wow, Faith Rivera. Yeah. Can we give her some love? Give her some love in the comments. All right. Wow. So hello and happy 4th of July. I'm so glad that you joined us on this beautiful day. This is a holiday weekend and you could be doing a million other things, I know. And so I'm grateful that you're beginning today with us. And so the July theme is pulled by vision, which I'm so thrilled about. I love this idea that we are being pulled by vision. And last month, if you remember, if you were tuning in, it was about being pushed by pain and what to do with that pain and how to lean into our discomfort and let it guide us into inspiration, insight, and awareness, so that we can allow ourselves to be pulled by this vision for greatness and magnificence in our own lives. And so we're going to talk about that this month. The title for today is Pulled by Vision, We Hold These Truths. Now, we hold these truths. You'll remember the second paragraph of the U.S. Declaration of Independence, and the most famous line states, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The Declaration of Independence was ratified on July 4th, 1775, a time when women were not allowed to vote and slavery was common. So they declared these rights to be self-evident, which means obvious, not needing to be demonstrated. When they did that, given the circumstances at the time, we can see that they were being pulled by a vision, staking a claim in consciousness for these truths to be fully realized, and the rest of us being pulled by vision, right? So we've been catching up in form ever since then. This is an ongoing process. We have made leaps and bounds, and there is more work to do. There is more work to do. Isn't that always the case while we're living here on this planet? There's always more work to do, yes? So it's important to recognize that these founders weren't saying, we're a mess and this country is awful. They moved into Kingdom 3 consciousness and were pulled by the vision for freedom, which is what today is all about, right? 4th of July, freedom, independence. And so I call your attention now to the global vision, which is the global vision of Centers for Spiritual Living, which our center, the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living, is in alignment with. And the first sentence of that vision is, we see a world that works for everyone, everyone. And a couple of statements within that vision that we're going to look at here is, we envision a world where personal responsibility joins with social conscience in every area, providing sustainable structures to further the emerging global consciousness. Number 2, we envision a world where each and every person has enough food, a home, and a sense of belonging, a world of peace and harmony, enfranchisement, and justice. We see a world in which each and every person lives in alignment with his or her highest spiritual principle, emphasizing unity with God and connection with each other. A world in which individually and collectively we are called to a higher state of consciousness and action. So you see, we are being pulled by this vision, right? We see it, we have this mental equivalent of it, and we are allowing it to pull us forward and taking the necessary steps along the way in all of our communities that will bring us into alignment with this vision. Now, as part of Centers for Spiritual Living, we hold fast to this vision. And we, as the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living, have our own spiritual compass that we also allow to guide us with our center's vision, which is, we envision a joyful, happy world. And our tagline is, with everything we do, we aim to raise the vibe. And so coupled together, we envision a world that works for everyone, and we envision a joyful, happy world. With everything we do, we aim to raise the vibe. So how does it get any better than that? So what does it feel like for you to allow yourself to step out of whatever is going on in your life right now and feel that, and feel the call of that vision, feel the pull of that vision? You know, it wants to do something through you. It wants to be something through you. And what is that? It's up to each one of us as individuals to figure out what that is and how that manifests in our own lives. Now, I want to talk about how pain pushes us until vision pulls us, right? So I spoke about this last month, at the beginning of last month. And it was a reminder that Reverend Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, who created the life visioning process, says that we are pushed by pain until we are pulled by vision, a larger vision for our lives. Now, people grow into their purpose in one of two ways. They either grow by crisis or they grow by insight. When you're backed up against a wall and in a crisis, you begin to ask different questions, like, why am I here? What am I doing this for? What's the reason? And why do I keep doing the same thing over and over? Once you begin to have those questions come into your consciousness, you begin to realize there's something greater. There must be something greater calling you forward. And so now, asking the questions, you begin to open up to that larger vision that has your name on it, that's calling you to be more than you have ever been. It's calling you forward to step out of your comfort zone and step up into your radiant magnificence. Oh, but it sounds so much better to just stay in my comfort zone, right? Under the blankets. No, we're not about that here. So we remember that sometimes people can grow through an insight they've had. They get inspired. Something happens in their life and they follow these spiritual breadcrumbs and they're able to see that, wow, my life is more than what I thought it was. Something is happening here. Something is calling me forward to step out of the zone of comfort that I'm in so that I can truly be all that I came here to be. And I'm going to follow these spiritual breadcrumbs for the greater unfoldment of my divine destiny. Are you with me? Yes, I'm waiting for a yes. Okay. So if you are neither pushed by pain nor pulled by vision, and you're just in sort of a blah or a meh phase, you're in a comfort zone, and you'll eventually be pushed by pain if you don't get an insight and awareness of a way that you can step up and allow your vision for your life to unfold in a greater, more magnificent way. So sometimes we get an insight and refuse to be pulled by it. Refuse to be pulled by it, right? That little nudging from spirit that drops an idea in and you're not quite ready yet, and so you just hold off for a little bit, that kind of thing, right? So I want to give you some examples of being pushed by pain, and some of you may relate, and there are many others, but these are a few examples in case you're wondering what that looks like or how that feels. And you will be pushed by pain if you're working in a job that doesn't feed your soul. You will be pushed by pain if you're in an abusive relationship that you stay in. Or if you don't like where you live, you are being pushed by pain. Or if you find yourself bored, depressed, sad, or lonely, you are being pushed by the pain of that, and you haven't yet seen the greater vision for your life. Or maybe you have and you've been setting it aside for later. Or you're constantly a victim and pinballing back and forth from one crisis to another. You're pushed by pain if you're trying desperately to make something work that just doesn't work. You're pushed by pain if your bank account is always overdrawn and incurring fees and you can't seem to get ahead. And there are so many other ways, right? So bringing our conscious awareness to that, there are ways in which we are being pushed by pain, and they can be disguised in any of these items, right? So the call to action and the awareness is something is calling you. Something is calling you. Are you listening? You are being pushed by pain, but something is calling you. Something is calling you. The universe will keep knocking on your door until, bam, spiritual 2x4 to the head. You saw it coming, maybe you ignored it, but the invitation is listen. Listen. And there's that song, hush, hush. Somebody's calling my name. Listen. Listen and act. Think of it this way. The universe, which is outpicturing, it's the outpicturing of the intelligence of the presence. The universe in that sense is progressive. So this universe that we're in is progressive. We're here on planet Earth. The Earth is circling the sun. The sun is moving through its solar system. There's like 3,200 other stars with planets in orbit and about 2 trillion other galaxies, right? That is a lot. We're living in a multiverse, okay? Every heavenly body in the multiverse has a rotation. Us on Earth, we have a full rotation of the sun. And every time there's a complete rotation, the frequency of those heavenly bodies goes a little bit higher. The Earth is vibrating now at a higher frequency than it was 10 years ago. That's just the way that it is. Everything is progressing. And so if you're the same person that you were 365 days ago, you're not really the same person. You've actually gone backwards because everything else has gone forward. So since everything is progressive, it's creating a level of tension to create this level of discomfort and pain for you in order for you to grow, grow, grow. So that blah or meh will become a mess because you are being called to grow, grow, grow. It eventually turns into pain, and that's when you say, okay, enough is enough. I get it. I've got to end this relationship, or I've got to end this marriage, or I've got to end this job. I've got to lose this weight. I've got to stop drinking, or I've got to stop these drugs, or stop overeating, or stop playing the victim. It's so old, or stop judging, or stop analyzing, or complaining, or being lazy, procrastinating, or whatever it is. It's time to just stop. Everyone has something that they would do well to end. It's time. It is time. If you don't take the action, if you don't take the steps, your body temple will betray you, or your emotional body will betray you. I saw a powerful quote recently that said, if you don't make time for your wellness, you will be forced to make time for your illness. No thanks. That is a wake-up call. Time to make time for my wellness, and I do it now. Now, something will happen, right? Something will happen. You may have some occurrence in your life, maybe a doctor's visit or an interaction. Something happens that has you go, oh, what's going on here? This is weird. Something weird is happening. I better read a book, or I better take a class, or I better be still, or I better go talk to somebody about this. And this is important for us to follow through on. Now, ego on an unconscious level doesn't know the difference between transformation and annihilation. And that's why it resists change. It thinks it's being killed. But we can assure the ego it is not being killed, it's being healed. And in that healing, there will be a greater availability of love and joy and bliss, harmony, connection, prosperity, oh my, all the good that you could have possibly imagined. And so it is ours to reassure the ego that this is true, and we do so through our affirmations, through our reading, our spiritual education, through our sacred fellowship, through selfless service, and so forth, right? Journaling, anything and everything, meditation, prayer. I don't know if I already said those, but just to be clear, yes, all of that. So life is progressive. The universe is progressive, and it's pushing you until you get pulled by a larger vision. So in order for us to move from the spiritual 2x4 hitting us over the forehead, we are called to pay attention to those insights that we get, those divine ideas that are dropped into our consciousness like little seeds of awareness, right? Calling us to, hey, take a look at this, or check this out, call this person, look into that, right? You're with me. So once you have a vision and you can articulate it, you start to get pulled by that vision, pulled by it like it lights you up from the inside. You are inspired and it feels like, oh yeah, oh yeah. So we begin to get pulled by a magnet toward it, right? And it becomes harder and harder for us to stay where we are. The pain gets bigger, and your potential that you see is always bigger, always. So your potential is infinite and is always bigger than whatever problem you are going through. And so the pain will push us to the edge. And then as soon as we get that vision, that divine idea that drops into consciousness, boom, we focus on that and allow it to pull us. That's another piece of this. We've got to allow ourselves to be pulled by it, right? Rather than saying, no, I'm going to do it my way. My way's good. Spirit's highest idea of itself as my life is, yeah, I'm not doing it. What? So once you begin to have a vision about the possibility in your life, you start to get pulled by it. And that's what this month is about, being pulled by vision. And so as you embrace this vision, you begin to steer your life in the direction of your purpose, in the direction of your dreams. And you could say, okay, I'm going to walk in the direction of my vision, of that possibility and potentiality, instead of allowing myself to be stuck in the pain of the past, saying, oh, woe is me, this happened to me, can you believe that? Or I can't believe that happened. Blah. You're no longer pushed by that pain. You don't need to get hit by the spiritual 2x4, because if you're tuning in today or anytime in the future, you are being pulled by the higher vision. You are being pulled. Let it pull you. And this higher vision is a feeling of joy. You're being pulled by joy. Stop fighting it. Stop fighting your joy. Just let yourself be pulled by this divine essence that wants you to live the life of your dreams. Just allow it. And so in this space, challenges still occur, but these challenges that occur have come to activate whatever that latent potential is within you. And so there was one piece that I wanted to share that I seem to have removed. So I'm just going to grab another note. I want to look at now the definition of freedom, which is from the glossary of the Science of Mind textbook, page 595. The definition of freedom here is real freedom means that we are created in the image of perfection and let alone and allowed to make the discovery for ourselves. Freedom of will means the ability to do, say, and think as one wishes, to express life as one personally desires. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free, is what Jesus taught. The understanding of truth, infinite principle, is the emancipator. Those are key words. We are bound by our very freedom. Our free will binds us. The universe, being deductive only, cannot refuse us anything. The very force that makes us sick can also heal us. As we realize our oneness with creative mind, we are released from the bondage of false thinking. We see, too, that freedom means liberty, but not license. In other words, my friends, call yourself a victim, and the universe responds. Here are more things to be victimized about. You're having such a great time being in that space, right? Call yourself successful and thriving, and the universe responds. Oh, I see you're experiencing this great joy and thriving and living a successful life. And here's some more things to help you grow in your success and thriving. And as a woman thinketh, so is she. And so freedom, that first statement, real freedom, means that we are created in the image and of perfection and let alone and allowed to make the discovery for ourselves. How beautiful is that? We are let alone and allowed to make this discovery for ourselves. And the understanding of truth, infinite principle, is the emancipator. And so once we have this deep understanding, such a deep understanding that we are living by it, then we are emancipated from any of the bondage that we have tied ourselves up in our thoughts with. Because we do that. We've been conditioned maybe in certain ways, some of us in different ways than others. And so knowing the truth and aligning ourselves with that truth allows us to see what's really going on here and free ourselves from the bondage that we have created. It's time. You deserve it. The world deserves it. And it is good. And so I love that statement about we are being bound by our freedom. So our free will binds us. And that is saying the universe is deductive and cannot refuse us anything. And so if we're running around telling our stories about victimhood, then we will continue to create victimhood. And so the victims will continue this and continue this because they have not been able to step out of that victim consciousness for too long, right? And so a victim can really heal themselves and open themselves up by saying, you know what? Today's the day. This is it. Starting today, right now, in fact, I am freeing myself from victim consciousness. I am stepping into the truth and taking responsibility in my life, for I know that I can step into kingdom 2 and co-create with the divine the life of my dreams. I'm not interested in victim stuff anymore. And it will continue to try to come back and pull you back, right? Like, hey, oh, you're so victimized. It's just that old voice, this old tape that we're over it, right? And so being over it, we can now stand in the truth that we know who we are and we are co-creating with the divine, and we'll use our affirmations and prayers and meditation and classes to get us on track, and we will stay on track. And that's it. And anytime that victim consciousness comes up, thanks, but no thanks. Thank you for reminding me of how I used to be. I am no longer succumbing to that level of consciousness because I know who I am. I know who I came here to be, and I am walking in that direction. I am being pulled by spirit into my joy. Yes. And so as a reminder, Michael Beckwith is also the one who came up with the 4 stages of consciousness, or the 4 stages of spiritual growth. The first being life is happening to me, and the next being a manifestor conscious. So the first is victim consciousness, life is happening to me, why, woe is me. Second being by me, we've released shame and guilt and now have taken responsibility in our lives. We realize we're co-creating with the divine, and we don't have to be a victim of everything. We can begin to carve the grooves for our lives and begin to map out the path and walk in the direction of our dreams. And then we move to stage 3, which is through me. Now, stage 2 is what prepares a person to leap into the wonderful state of letting go, because they have come to an understanding that there is only one power, one presence, one life that can never compromise or contradict its own nature, which is balance, love, wholeness, harmony, peace, wisdom, and so forth, right? So stage 3, love is expressing itself fully and completely in my life. I am a channel. I am a vessel. I allow spirit to do the work through me. I am no longer pushing the river. I am yielding to the divine. I am yielding to the divine intelligence. Not just what works for me, because honestly, there are things in my life that I have not wanted to do. And I've done them because spirit was calling me to do them, and it opened up a whole new world. And in retrospect, I'm always more grateful than I was when I started, right? It's like, wow. And it's simply from following those spiritual breadcrumbs, from listening and allowing myself to get out of that comfort zone and into the God zone. All right. So when we say we see a world that works for everyone, we envision a joyful, happy world. With everything we do, we aim to raise the vibe. We are staking our claim in universal consciousness, staking our claim in divine intelligence, which means you may not be joyful and happy right now, but we know that you will be. We know that you will be, because the truths that we hold to be self-evident are infinite principle as the great emancipator. And so we will continue to guide individuals into knowing their truth, into knowing and having a personal relationship with a God that they understand. The God of their understanding is the one that is their true north. They align with it, you align with it, and everything unfolds. Freedom, freedom, freedom. there comes a time when we just get tired of pushing and pushing, right? And that's the time to yield to spirit, yield to the divine, allow yourself to be free. So we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And as we move into Kingdom 3 consciousness, we realize this is the recognition of spirit acting through me. And the same is true for you. So, my friends, we are here to actualize and expand the vision of the founders of the United States and of New Thought, Ancient Wisdom. By our presence on our planet right now, we signed up. We volunteered. We volunteered to be here. You may not remember volunteering, but you did. That's why you're here. That's why we're all here. And so we're ready to do this together. Yes? Now we are being guided by the same infinite intelligence that created the entire cosmos. We consciously connect to it through our spiritual practices. In the practice of visioning, we are receptive to Spirit's highest idea of itself as our lives. The vision may seem outrageous. You have no idea how it's going to come into fruition. It seems like so out there, right? Allow that. Let that bigness of the vision reveal itself to you. That's like the infinitude of spirit. You don't need to worry about the how because you are connected and directed by Source, and it knows how. Contained within the seed of the oak tree, the seed being the acorn, is the creative intelligence of the oak tree, right? Created in the seed of the oak which is an acorn. Created right within that acorn is the creative intelligence for the oak tree. Just as contained within the seed of your vision, whatever it is that comes to you, is the creative intelligence for that vision to manifest. You have everything you need. Trust it, follow it, just do it. Let's pray. And so taking our attention inward in this moment, I return to that beautiful, expansive space within. And it is that space of pure spirit where I know and remember with every fiber of my being that it is all that there is. It's all that there ever was and all that there ever will be. And I'm so grateful in this moment to align with spirit, to align with a higher truth and the deepest place within me, which is pure love and joy, harmony, wisdom, bliss, prosperity, wholeness, connection. All of this is right within us now, and all of it is permeating the environment. And so it's everywhere. We just are called to place our focused attention on it. And so as we align with spirit, I know that we are aligned with all of that too. And in that alignment, we allow ourselves to be free. Come on, today's the day. And I just had the image pop into mind of when you have a tennis shoe on and you untie the laces. And so what we're doing here today is untying the laces of our consciousness. We are loosing our consciousness to allow the good to pour forth in our lives. We are available. We are pulled by vision, each and every one of us, and I am so grateful. And I know that in this moment we can release anything that would hinder or block this vision from manifesting in my life or in the individual life here or in the life of the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. Anything that would hinder or block Spirit's highest idea of itself is released, dissipated back into the nothingness from whence it came, never to return again. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity to walk forward on the path of my good for each one of us, walking forward, being pulled by vision, stepping into our greater yet to be. We hold these truths to be self-evident, and Spirit knows the way, and we can follow that guidance. This is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And I am grateful as I release my prayer, knowing it is so, and so it is.
I am called to be a healer for all humanity. I am called to be a dreamer, believe in what can be. I am called to be a maker, be an instrument of peace. I am called to be a giver, of abundance I receive. I am called to be a prayer, living out the truth I seek. I am called to be everything. I am called to be. Called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I am the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We're called to be. You are called to be a mother, to nurture family. You are called to be a brother, be strength in times of need. You are called to be a neighbor, see a friend in all you meet. You are called to be a leader, to build community. You are called to be a prayer, living out the truth you seek. You are called to be everything. You are called to be, yes, called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. You are the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. Yes, we're called to be. We are called to be the kindness, set the brokenhearted free. We are called to be forgiveness, where pain has run too deep. We are called to be compassion, be the wind beneath each wing. We are called to make communion, only then can we succeed. We are called to be a prayer, living out the truth we seek. We are called to be everything. We are called, oh, to be, yeah, called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. We are the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We're called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be love. Called to be peace, called to be joy. We're called to be the kindness, forgiveness, compassion. Called to be, yes, you and me. Yes, we're called.
So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Faith Rivera, everyone. Woohoo! All right. So, friends, if this service has inspired you in any way, I invite you to please consider making a donation to our center. And we have a couple of ways that you can make a donation here today. We have right here on Facebook, there is a button, and there is usually a paypal.me button. Travis, if you could put that in, that would be great. Some people like to give through PayPal. It's paypal.me/CCCSL love. And yes, I don't see the give button here too. Is it there? Okay, he's getting it there. All right, beloveds, we have an offering affirmation, and I invite you to please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It does great work in the world.
It does great work in the world.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
And so it is.
All right, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful, magnificent 4th of July weekend celebrating freedom. And won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that we ever need to do is to look within. And it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is everywhere.
Life is everywhere.
I think it.
I think it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I express it.
I express it.
I accept it.
I accept it.
Just the way that it is.
Just the way that it is.
And just the way that it is not.
And just the way that it is not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Travis, and everyone. Love you.
Woo! All right. And just want to remind everybody, there's a scroll going across the bottom here. I put it also in the comment section. Come and join us for a Zoom call. A quick one, even if you're just popping in, pop out, just let us know how we're doing. Reverend Elizabeth, we raise and praise you. What a great message. I love these teachings, these reminders, this is awesome. This is awesome. We are pulled by vision. And thank you so much for guiding that light. Faith Rivera, thank you so much for your music. Would you be willing to just do a couple of bars of whatever song that blew your hair back this morning?
Well, maybe this blew your hair back. I don't know. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, yeah. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, shine. This little light of mine, said I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, oh, let it, come on, shine, shine. Everybody singing, shine, shine. You know you want to, shine, shine. Hey, all around the world, come on, shine, shine. The light of freedom and joy, yeah, yeah. Woo!
Woo! All right.